What's up, guys? Got a little bit of a special video here for you guys. Kind of wrapping up the end of the year, so I wanted to go through and do a top 5 of 2015. These are the top 5 pickups of 2015. I decided to go ahead and leave out some of the OG stuff. You know, it's kind of a very different game to go from vintage to sample promo to GR, and you know they're all kind of different niches within the sneaker community. So kind of keeping those out of this one. I may do a general release top 5 as well, and maybe do a top 5 of OGs, because I did get a couple OGs here in the past year that definitely want to show you guys. So we'll go forward with that. Start with this first box. We've got well, this is a replacement box. Shoes are really special. I have worn them several times. Love wearing this shoe. It's a military blue 4, except that we've got the K54 logo on the tongue there, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. It's a really nice shoe. I actually did a deal with a local buddy of mine, and you know, I was super glad I was able to grab these because they I think they're super nice. I actually like the military blue 4 colorway in itself. I think that's one of the more underrated colorways, and so as soon as he showed me this, I had to have it, so I pulled a deal with him on that. But that's the shoe. Super nice, really good quality. This is actually the Friends and Family K54. And I know some of the guys may be pronouncing it Quai or Quai or K or whatever. I did hear from a source, a buddy of mine that worked with the project. He said this is definitely a K54 shoe. So since that, I've been kind of following suit and going ahead and calling it K54 because, you know, what better source than the guys that work on this stuff, right? So those are the two right there. Like I said, these have been worn numerous times. Look at the soles; they're pretty dirty, pretty busted up. But love wearing this shoe. Super nice. Definitely a great pickup of 2015. This was early in 2015, so it was one of those that if anybody saw my top 5 of 2015, will have noticed that these weren't there. I did realize I did get these in 2015, so super glad to have them. Haven't put them on foot here in a while, so I'll be sure to go ahead and do that. Actually, I'll leave them out of the box for now and just scoot the box out of the way. So that's one. We'll pan some of those here in a moment. Next one. We've got a slightly larger box here. Definitely a must-have kind of shoe. Tough to find. Well, not entirely tough to find. A little spendier. Again, I didn't pay cash for these, but this is the titanium Jordan 23. Super nice shoe. Has that pattern here on the side. This was actually purchased from an Italian designer, outsourced. Nike went ahead and used it, and the reason it's called titanium is because of the color of the thread in that pattern. Anybody that knows their Jordans pretty well, they're going to know that this is not this is not a Nike creation. This was an outsourced thing, but super nice shoe. You can see the carbon fiber there on the bottom. Really nice. The quality on this shoe is phenomenal. You know, tons of detail that went into it. Comes with the shoe trees, the titanium 23 shoe trees. Comes with the CD, and you know, anybody that knows me or follows me knows I'm kind of a small footer. So these are a size 7 men's. Fit just perfect, like a glove. Another cool detail on these. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. But if you notice, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that to focus. This is XXX out of 529 pairs. I wish the pairs themselves were numbered, because I think that would tell little bit better story. But from what I've gathered is that these are actually a friends and family pair. Yeah, look at some of that detail in there. Get that focused a little bit better. Yeah, so I heard that these were actually a friends and family pair, which makes me think that the whole notion of 529 pairs is maybe a fabricated thing. So there's the Jordan 23. Again, super nice shoe. You know, I think the Jordan 23 model itself is really, really nice. Wouldn't mind seeing some more colorways. I do like the Ray Allen colorways that they've made in this shoe. Super, super nice. Wouldn't mind getting a hold of those, even if it were just a PE. Anyway, so that's the 23. Scoot that box out of the way. Okay, set these aside. Next up, we have another box. It's a Jordan 1 box. Not upside down here. It's okay. Super nice shoe. Really, really lucky to have. This is one of those shoes that you don't see very often. You don't see them on the market often. I've seen this pair on the market and one other pair that was on Flight Club that went for probably a little too much. Anyway, so this is the Jordan 1 Fragment Friends and Family. Again, we know it's Friends and Family because of that logo right there. Zoom in on that. It's got the black logo. And if you do some research, and I encourage you guys to do so, take a look at some of the early promotional pictures of this shoe. Okay, and you'll see that Hiroshi Fujiwara was in some of the pictures. Some of the promotional pics of this shoe were actually, that leather right there, were actually with this model of shoe. Apparently, the story goes that Nike started putting the shoe into production. Last minute, they went ahead and changed their minds and went with the kind of imprinted version of the logo. There's the other shoe right there. And again, the leather on this is phenomenal. Really, really high quality shoe. Like I said, I'm very fortunate to have it. Love having this shoe. It's in my size. Got a pretty neat background story. I can't really say on the video where these came from, but pretty cool story on that. Did some research, and you know, the story holds up. All things line up, and you know, obviously I've had these looked at by some guys. You know, I can do some pretty good research, figure out if things are authentic or not. But it's nice to get a second set of eyes on something like this. So that's the Fragment. Next up, okay, another really, really cool shoe. Not something you see every day. You see them more often than these Friends and Family frags, but certainly not often at all. I've done a review on these as well. This is the Jordan 1 Legends of Summer. Again, modeled after Justin Timberlake. I'm going to have to rush on this video because I'm running out of time, but you have that all red, okay, with that anaconda kind of chrome pattern there. Beautiful shoe, that chrome midsole, red suede, plush red leather inner liner, okay, which is super, super nice. Insole safe, suit and tie. Again, tells you the intent of the shoe was to be luxury, and it really is. I mean, if you look closely at that, super, super nice. I'm very fortunate to have this one. Got a great deal. Love this shoe. Super, super nice. Had some folks hit me up on them, but as it stands right now, I definitely want to keep these. These are a tough one to let go. Anyways, that's the Fragment. Put that one aside. Right there. Next up is going to be the bit of a sample box here. This is one of those enlarged sample boxes. You can see some of those shoes in the background there as I stack them up. So, BOM box, anybody that follows my feed, okay, one of those shoes, definitely take care of it. Got it wrapped in bubble wrap because of the big box. But this is a Jordan 4. I will do a review vid on these. I have not reviewed them. Get this kind of put away. But definitely want to do a review vid. I did a lot of homework on this shoe to try and look at some of the details, kind of look at some of the fake shoes, see where the differences are. This is one of those shoes that really kind of eluded me in a sense of, you know, I study shoes. I study a lot of the detail. I take pride in doing that sort of thing. And maybe I didn't study enough, but for the longest time, I really, really struggled to be able to tell apart some of the authentic shoes versus some of the fake Oregon 4s. And this is one of those. You see that back tab? I mean, super, super nice shoe. Took him off a buddy's hands. He was definitely a legit source. Haven't gotten the background story. I'll be asking for it anyways. But I've cross-checked these against some real pairs, and you know, everything about them seems legitimate. So I've had no doubt in my mind. Obviously did my own homework. Look at those small details. I mean, this guy right here, that back tab, is really your biggest dead giveaway. See if I can zoom in on it. Okay, that's your biggest giveaway. Just take a look at that back tab. Okay, story goes, and like I said, I'll do a full review vid to get more detail, but story goes that this is your dead giveaway. These were hand painted, and they will have some imperfections. Okay, whereas the factory versions, or sorry, those unauthorized factory versions, were not hand painted. They were factory painted. The actual chrome paint on them holds up much better than they do on the real pairs, which is kind of counterintuitive, but it really does. And so your fake pairs tend to last a little bit longer in terms of that chrome on the back piece on the heel than they do on the legit pairs. But you know, there's some other things you can take a look at. I haven't seen a fake pair in hand. I've seen plenty of pictures, so there's no shortage of them. But definitely have studied the shoe quite a bit. You know, and if it's one of those things that, if it's a hobby, get to know your hobby. Study the shoes. It protects you, protects others. I've had a lot of people ask me to legit check their shoes. And I'm happy to do so. And sometimes it's a shoe I may not have or not have access to, but I'm glad to go ahead and do some of that research. I think that's important to get to know some of the shoes so that potentially in the future you don't get scammed. I think it's a great thing to legit check a lot of these things. And also, we have the luxury of having Index PDX in town. Great guys over there. I can't tell you, anytime I've hung out there, I've had numerous people just drop in, say, hey, got these shoes off eBay, or got these shoes off Craigslist, or I got these shoes from such and such. I want to see if they're real. I want to verify that they're real. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but oftentimes shoes aren't real. So I'm super glad that those guys are there. They're super nice about it, free of charge, obviously. They take their time with everybody. But certainly, without something like that in mind, how else would you legit check, right? So I'm glad those guys are there. Huge thing they do for the community, definitely taking care of their sneakerheads. So I'll put their link in the bio. Great guys to follow. Great deals there. They have some super rare shoes that come in every once in a while. But either way, check your shoes out, study them, know them. You end up appreciating them a little bit more. Here's a little scan of some of my favorite pickups. Okay, back to those Oregon 4s. I saved the 4s for last. These were actually the latest. But definitely my favorite pickup of the year. Had to move some other shoes for them, but I'm definitely glad I did. This is one of those shoes I honestly never thought I would attain. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think. Okay, we've got the K54s. Okay, we've got the Titanium 23s, Friends and Family Frags, sample frags. Got the Legends of Summer samples. Okay, Red Suede edition. There is the other versions if you watch my earlier video when I did a review on those. And finally, those Oregon 4s, which again I think are absolutely gorgeous. So just like always, let me know what you think, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Any other review vids, let me know. Like I said, I do plan to review some of these other shoes at some point in more detail. But these are my top 5 of 2015. Hope you enjoy, guys. Take care. See ya.